My name's Bill. Been married to my wife for 24 years. Um, my main occupation in life is to be calm and relaxed and not stressed out. My second occupation in life is as a flight attendant, uh, and been doing that for almost 40 years, closing on 40 years. We have a house in St. Louis. We have no kids. My hobby is to play with old cars. I like to restore old Volkswagens. I don't know why I'm obsessed with that particular brand. I suppose it could be any brand, but it's always been about the Volkswagens. Okay, this is a 1959 double cab. I've always wanted one. Back in the 80s when I got my first bus, I always thought I'd find one of these. And it turned out a best friend had one, so I talked him out of it and brought it back here in 93, and it's been a long, agonizing adventure to get it restored. But I'm in the final leg of putting it back together. Hope to have it done in about a month for an event that I host so I can debut it there. It seats 6 people. It's got a pickup truck back end. This is the very first year they made it. This is one of my favorite vehicles of the 8 I own, and I'm so excited to have it almost done. Taking, sparing no expense putting it together. Oh my God, no expense. And this is my little spot to do meticulous detail work on uh, individual components for the different cars that are here. If I want to rebuild a fuel pump or a carburetor or clean up some brakes or polish something, I can come up here and I've got a nice 8-foot workbench, lots of tools, lots of spare nuts and bolts and parts, and big tool chest full of all sorts of great parts, normal ones and then very specialized tools. Got a nice beer cooler behind me full of beer if I need a cold one to relax with. All that helps me get into my little zone and do what I love to do and kind of blank out the craziness in the world. I just don't ever stop smiling. It just makes me really happy. Because I know that virtually I'm building a car from scratch. I'm almost a one-man car factory in this garage. If I can do most of the work here, some things I'll sub out, but virtually I love to touch everything. The satisfaction of driving one of my cars down the road knowing I touched most of the components of this car. I actually took them apart, put them back together, replaced them, fixed them, repaired them. It makes me feel real good that I not mastered this car, but I put it back together. I brought it back to life. I repaired it after many years of some of them neglect or just being parked somewhere to out on the highway, clogging up the highways with me going 55 and they're all going 80. These guys. They drive everybody crazy out on the road. They drive up, wave at you, and had never seen one before. They yell at their kids to wake up and look out the window and look at the big red bus that's next to them. Crazy old cars to drive. Now, you're going to have to drive on the other side of the road, sir. There you go. Thank you. It's not unusual for me to open the door and pull one of the cars out and just take off for 30 minutes and just give it some exercise and give me some mental time off. And that's the kind of thing that makes me real happy. Ta-da! That's my magic.